In the distant future, on a desolate planet where the echoes of battle never ceased, there existed a world that was home to the fiercest and most fearsome warriors in the galaxy. These warriors were known as gladiators, each one an embodiment of strength, agility, and unparalleled combat prowess. They came from various species across the stars, bred for war and hardened by countless battles. No one had ever dared challenge them until now. The city stood in silence, a looming monolith of steel and stone, the air thick with the tension of the upcoming battle. Every inch of the structure was designed to hold the combatants of the highest caliber survival. Here was the ultimate testament to a warrior's legacy. The gladiators were revered like gods, and their victories echoed throughout the galaxy, shaping the fates of civilizations. But today, something unprecedented was about to unfold. For the first time in centuries, a new challenger had arrived. He was not a creature from another distant planet, nor a genetically enhanced soldier bred for combat. No, he was human, a mere mortal in the eyes of the Galactic Empire. He was a Navy SEAL trainee, handpicked for his potential to face what no other human had before. His name was Jason Hunter, and he had never known fear. Not in his training, not in the grueling trials of the SAAL program, and certainly not now, as he stood before the Gladiator arena. He had been selected for a reason, to prove that even the fiercest of the galaxy's warriors were no match for human tenacity, strategy, and willpower. The human race had always been underestimated, dismissed as weak in comparison to the advanced species across the stars. Jason intended to change that perception forever. As he entered the arena, the crowd roared half in disbelief, half in excitement. Jason's eyes scanned the battleground. It was a vast, open space, with towering walls, intricate traps, and weapon caches scattered throughout. The ground was scorched, a testimony to the brutal wars fought here before. In the center stood the gladiator Thrakor, a towering figure covered in battle scars, his 6 arms adorned with blades, each one capable of cutting through armor like a hot knife through butter. Jason's heart beat steadily in his chest. The noise of the crowd faded, and all that mattered now was the fight. He had been trained for this moment. His hands gripped the hilt of his energy blade, a sleek weapon forged from the finest alloys, able to cut through any material known to man. His tactical mind raced through strategies, calculating every possible move and countermeasure. He was not here to fight for glory. He was here to prove that humanity could stand toe-to-toe with the galaxy's greatest. Thrakor let out a guttural laugh, his massive chest rising and falling as he sized up his opponent. The alien's voice boomed through the arena. "Do you not know who I am, human? I am Thrakor, the undefeated, the champion of this arena. None have stood against me and lived." Jason did not respond. He did not need to. Instead, he shifted his weight, adopting a low defensive stance as he carefully analyzed Thrakor's every movement. He could sense the arrogance in Thrakor's demeanor, the overwhelming confidence that came from years of undefeated combat. That arrogance would be his downfall. The battle began with a deafening roar from Thrakor, who charged forward with the speed of a predator, swinging his 6 arms with lethal intent. Each swing sent shockwaves through the air, and the ground cracked beneath his feet. Jason barely managed to dodge the first attack, rolling to the side and narrowly avoiding the razor-sharp blade that would have cleaved him in two. He was quick, but it was not just speed that would win this fight, it was strategy. The gladiator's next attack came faster, a series of strikes designed to overwhelm any opponent. Jason ducked and weaved, his mind calculating the precise moment to strike. Thrakor's swings were powerful but predictable. The key was to tire him out, to get him to overcommit, to expose an opening. Jason's mind flashed back to his training, to the countless drills, to the moments when his instructors pushed him to the brink of exhaustion. "Stay focused," they had always said. "It's not the size of the enemy, but the mind that will win the battle." And so, Jason remained calm. The more Thrakor attacked, the more his movements grew predictable. He had to tire the giant out. Jason's opportunity came when Thrakor raised his arm high, preparing to deliver a crushing blow. With lightning speed, Jason darted forward, sliding beneath the massive warrior's guard. In an instant, he sprang to his feet and slashed his energy blade across Thrakor's abdomen. The gladiator staggered back, roaring in pain as the blade cut through his thick armor. The crowd went silent, stunned at the sight of the invincible gladiator bleeding. But Thrakor was not done yet. Fury flashed in his eyes as he twisted his body and lunged toward Jason, his remaining arms moving in a blur. Jason was fast, but he was no longer just reacting. He was controlling the fight. He used his agility to stay one step ahead, darting in and out, slashing at the giant's vulnerable spots. Each strike was calculated, each movement purposeful. He could feel the burn in his muscles, the exhaustion setting in, but he refused to give in. His mind was focused on the endgame. Thrakor, meanwhile, was growing slower, his massive body struggling to keep up with the relentless assault. Finally, with a precise strike to the gladiator's neck, Jason brought Thrakor to his knees. The giant gasped for breath, his 6 arms trembling as they reached out for a final, futile attempt at retaliation. But Jason was already there, delivering a crushing blow to his opponent's chest that sent the gladiator crashing to the ground. The arena fell silent once again. Jason stood over Thrakor, his energy blade raised high. For a moment, he felt a surge of pride. He had done it. He had beaten the unbeatable. And then the crowd erupted. Cheers and shouts filled the air as the impossible had been achieved. Jason had defeated the gladiator, proving that human determination could overcome any obstacle. The victory was not just his, it was humanity's. In that moment, Jason Hunter had shown the galaxy that no matter the size of the enemy, the heart of a warrior was what truly mattered. And the world would never look at humans the same way again. The Navy SEAL trainee had become a legend,